Hello, and welcome to Soul Babes Craft and Creations. I am Louise, and today is Cross Stitch Friday. But first, quote of the day. And today's quote is, "As long as there is breath, there is hope." Yeah. Yeah, I think it's possibly quite likely to be. We'll ponder. But anyway, let's get back to today's video, which is, as I said, Cross Stitch Friday. So I will change camera angle and we will go back to doing my cross stitch. I don't know if I will finish it today or whether it will be one that I finally finish maybe next week. It's taken me a little bit longer than I would normally take, but it's okay. It's been a long time since I was doing cross stitch. So yeah. I will at some point or another show the projects that I have currently got in process that were started quite some time ago, but I haven't actually done any of them for a few years. So yeah, really ought to do them, especially as they were meant to be for gifts in the first place. Yeah. So, right, I will change camera angle and we will get back to the cross stitch. So for now, we'll see you on the other side. And now I am going to get on with doing some of this cross stitch. And I'm now doing this part here, the top of the bottom home. So I'm doing that one now, and this is this one. So move those back out of the way so that as I move, I don't end up knocking them everywhere. Right, okay, so I will start over at this end, and we got it 3 down from, so 1, 2 and 3, so it's 3 down from there, and 1 across. Check, 1, 2, 3. Got that right, okay. Let's just check that I'm doing this the right direction. Yeah, okay. 1 down and across, in through the loop at the back, so that it gives us my nice neat lock, and then we proceed down that side. When I say it stops going triple, and I go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, That doesn't look right. Okay, let's straighten myself up here. I think I've got a slight problem where I can't see properly, so I might have to use my magnifier, because at the moment my eyesight is looking at it and seeing triple. I'll do that. Start again. Right, let's put the magnifier on. Excuse all the noises and bangings because they're trying to clip it into place, because I have it literally up against my face. Okay, let's see if this is any better. Right, rethread. And do it without splitting it. Other. Okay, right, try again. So, yes, that's in the right position. So, I wasn't in the right position for this next one. That's why it didn't work. It had one thread across. That's better. There, that's better. Right, now then, let's do my normal way I do this, because I find it then easier to actually find the stitches rather than trying to do it blind. Or what I call as being blind, because you can't see your needle coming in. Hello, Putty Cat. Hello, Princess. Yes. One, two, three, four, and number 5. Yes. What? What? Yeah. Really? I can't be giving you fusses now. No, I can't. You have to wait. What? What? What you doing? See, now, because I can't see where the needle is, I'm having to feel where the next point is, which I ended up doing that wrong, because I need to go from one below. There we go. So that I'm still doing it at the right angle going back. So here we go. And again, I have to come up through the blind way, and then we go back to this. This is a lot easier, and it does make it a little bit quicker to do it. Now, I know this is not the correct technique, but it's the technique I use. It's the way I have done it all my life, and it's the way I prefer to do it, because I feel more comfortable doing so. Right, now then, as I now need to come back down to here to do the next bit, I will only go up, go at an angle, so that when I go to change at the top, I'm not doing a big loop on the back to come back down. I want to go to that one there. So it's already crossed over two of them on the way down. There we go, we've completed all the crosses coming back down, but instead of me being up here, I'm down there, close to where I need to start the next one, just there. There we go. Right, I'm going to turn myself because I find it easier to work like this. So again, go, because I need to now end up over this side, so I will do same idea. Right, I've got to do 4 across, so 1, 2, 3, and 4. One of those threads is needs an extra pull through. There we go. I'm getting close to nearing the end of this piece of thread, so I will soon have to thread up a new one. And again, angle down, 1, and 1. There's definitely going on with my threads here. What's going on? Not behind, no, so don't know what was going on with that, why it was not both coming through cleanly. It's like one of the threads is definitely not going to do what it needs to do. Okay, let's and okay, so now get ourselves into the position ready to do this here. So go 5, so that's 1. I'll turn myself around so that I can be doing it my normal route, normal way. Can't go backwards on myself that way, so turn my work while I'm doing it to make it easier. 3, 4, and I think what I might do is do a new thread, because yeah, I had a feeling that was doing that. So pull that through. This is why I decided I wanted to do crochet more than I wanted to do cross stitch, because threading up needles is not easy when you can barely see, and at least with a hook I could have done that and pulled that through without a problem of having to rethread and everything else, and hope that it stays threaded long enough to be able to tighten, do the knotting on the back. And it's hence the reason why I have 2 very large whips, which I did say I will show at some point, but I'll probably do that once I've finished this. Is I will, because I know where they are. I found where I put them, so I will get them out to show my work on that one. Or those 2, it's actually 2 separate projects, and they were meant to be mementos for my nephews, which I now have 3. Or should I say, I have more than 3 nephews, but my sister's children, I started making what we call in the UK a christening cushion, which is meant to be made and given as close to their christening date as possible. Now, as I said, I started them with every intention of that being the case. That is now a few years ago. And one is the cross stitch part is all complete. It's just actually the making it into a cushion. And for me to be able to do that means a lot of sewing, and I can't sew. I can do this because it's a grid pattern. Embroidery, again, if it's following a grid pattern, I can do a grid pattern of embroidery. Sewing, as in general normal sewing, my brain does not want to participate, and takes so long trying to actually do what I ask it to do that by the time I've actually finished doing what I'm doing, I'm, instead of being a nice straight line, I'm like this. So yeah, I have difficulty with sewing, but that's the way it goes. So we will see how long it takes me to get them finished, but they're not going to be as christening cushions. now. They're just going to be mementos of when they were born, because that's what in general you put on it. You put their name, their birth weight, and their date of birth, and any other details that you might want to put on it as a special memento of their childhood, birth, or whatever however you want to call it. So, the first one is the cross stitch part is finished and is just waiting for me to make it into a cushion. The second one is the cross stitch has been started, but I got to the point with it that I needed to take a break, and that break has now been the best part of 10 years, because I've not felt like picking it back up and doing it. Not cross properly there. Didn't seem like it. Okay. So yes, I will probably show them when I've finished this cross stitch and got this all made up, and then I might do it as a new one to show on that week. I might even try and see if I can find some of the other cross stitch. Well, I know where some of the other ones are. They're actually hanging up on the wall behind me, behind the shelves. So I might get them down and show you some of those as well. Am I doing the right way? No, I'm not. Undo that. Feeling something was wrong there. Didn't feel right. At least I realise sometimes fairly quickly. There's times that I don't realise very quickly that I'm doing things the wrong way round. Right, so it's the right place, but it was the wrong direction. So we'll go from there. That's better. There's one, and now on the beginning of the O. So it's 2 on that first one. So I don't want to end up at the bottom of this next one. I need to be coming from the thing there. So it's 1. This is 3. So I'll go for 1. Cats, I really don't need your tail in my face. Thank you. Yeah, she was just slightly off camera there. But yes, she like squishing her tail in my face. and up there, and back down there. Right, so that's that bit done. So now then, need to come across one and do a 2. So here. See what I mean? With being blind, you can't see where you're supposed to be coming through. You end up in totally the wrong place. Right. Okay. So. 2. 1 and 2. No, don't you dare. Okay. Let's try and get a little bit up from here. I'd like to get at least across this top, but I don't think I'm going to get across this top with this little bit. That's that one. Let me come up here. Okay, so that's that. So there done. And I want to go across that bit. Right. I don't think it's going to let me do all of the threading to do it. So let's cats are deciding that they want to be having a few minutes of zoomies and chasing each other around. But that's purely because they're normally at this time of the day, which is 25 to 8 in the morning on Friday the morning. I'm on Friday the 21st morning, so hopefully I can get this up for you for later on today. But yeah, normally they would be already out and about outside, because hubby would normally have done and fed them. But I'm going to have to leave that there because I can't keep rethreading. So let's just hook that through a couple at the back there. But he hasn't yet come down the stairs, so they're having to wait for their breakfast and wait to be let out, because I can't actually open the window that they go out of because I can't reach it. So, and I can't bend down to do their. Yes, this is the problem with my My mobility makes things very, very difficult for me to do anything other than sitting in this chair. And yes, that's not helpful either, because it's very depressing. I will put that as the word. There is a lot more words I would want to say to that, but yes, it's very depressing to be stuck, not being able to do anything, not when you've had a very active life. Because long before I was diagnosed with what I have, I was extremely active. I was walking miles every day because the job I had, or shall I say, the thing I used to do, I was a Betterware, which is like trying to think what you might have over in America. Similar, I think Amway may be part of your things over in America. It's like a door-to-door salesperson, but you do it via a catalogue. So you put a catalogue through people's doors. You then go back and collect whatever catalogues that get put out for you to, and hope that people have ordered things. And then you go back a couple of weeks later after you've placed your order for all the items, you go back and you deliver them. So I was a Betterware representative, and I was also an Avon representative. And I did that for, well, Betterware I did for 12 years, I think it was. I think I calculated. And Avon I did for 14 years. And it was due to my health that I had to stop doing Avon. It was due to the fact that we moved from Devon, which is right the way down south of England. We moved from Devon to near to where I had my childhood, which is here in Bedfordshire, which is not quite middle, but near middle and the east of the country. So I've gone from southwest to mid-east, which is okay. It was okay it was the need to move because of, at that particular time, my youngest was 11 months old when we moved, and by that time he'd already had quite a few seizures, and I felt I needed the support network of my family, and my family were all up here in the Bedfordshire, Hertfordshire area, so I needed that support. Now, because he'd already started having the seizures, and the hospitals in Devon are very few and far between. They're even worse than they are where we are now. At least here I have our main hospital, which is about 10 miles from where I am. I have Great Ormond Street, which is in London, and that's about 60 miles from where I am, but easier access to get to it because it's literally go down on the train. When, like I say, because of the fact that I've said in previous thing, I'm totally reliant on public transport. So we had to get everywhere by public transport, and also the public transport down in Devon is, well, you got the trains that goes on the main train line, but there is no intermediate train lines. It's all, oh, I've done that one wrong. Done that one wrong. Come back. Where am I supposed to be coming through? Right. Lost where I am. That's the one I need to come up at. So yes, I have. So it was basically buses, and when you're going from where I lived in, which was, it was when my husband and I first got together, was Bude in Cornwall, which is actually right on the Devon and Cornwall border. There is no main hospitals in Cornwall other than, I think, Truro is Devon as well. So the nearest hospitals you have to Bude are Plymouth or Barnstaple. And yeah, the public transport to get to those, well, Plymouth, there was only one bus a day, and Barnstaple, there was only well, there wasn't a bus direct to Barnstaple. It was 4 buses to get to Bideford, and then you had several buses a day went from Bideford to Barnstaple. But the timings of the ones from Bude to Bideford were between 7 o'clock in the morning, but you still wouldn't get to Barnstaple till about 4 hours later. It was near on a 2-hour journey between Bude and Bideford, and then another hour between Bideford and Barnstaple. So that you can tell by that okay, yes, the buses go around the houses and they go around all the estates and stuff like that, but you're still talking many hours before you can get to a hospital. And the ambulance service in Devon and Cornwall is overstretched, because the situation is that most people that live in Devon and Cornwall are either those that work in the holiday, because it's more of a holiday place. So you've got the people that mainly live, that are either work in hospitality in the holiday areas, or they're people that have retired and just wanting to live a happy and quiet life without all the hustle and bustle of running around in the city. So it's very difficult when with a young family to do, unless you drive or go can get your own transport to get anywhere. It's not easy. Excuse my throat. Seem to have a bit of a frog in my throat at the moment. But yes, it is quite it's not an easy life to live down in Cornwall, and I needed the support network of my family. My husband is an only child, and he has very little family. Most of his family have now passed on. His mother had passed before we even met. His father has now passed, and he only had, I think, 2 cousins, which he had very little to do with. So for him, when I turned around and said, I need the family network, I need my support, it was after a time when I had my 2 older children and I had depression hit very hard. And yes, I did go further than just being depressed. Something I seriously regret. But there again, that situation has made me stronger in the long run, because I can see the signs when I feel that bad, and I don't just see it in myself, I see it in others, and I know how, for me, how to get myself out of that feeling. And I can advise, I mean, as I said in yesterday's video, I'm no medical, I don't have a medical background, but I have an experience background, and I can help. I like to be able to help people that are having difficulties in their lives, and if I can be of any help to anybody like that, I'm going to do my best to do so. So but yes, at the time I needed the support network of my family, and all my family, as I said before, were up in Bedfordshire and Hertfordshire area, and so the move was decided upon to move back to my original hometown, which I'm not currently living in my hometown, but I'm in a town close to my hometown. I'm literally about 5 miles away from my hometown, with plenty of connection to get back and forth to my hometown. So that's what we did. We decided, yep, okay, we will do the move. And packed everything up, found a place to move to in private rented accommodation, because that was what we had to go for. We couldn't go on to the social housing. We weren't in social housing down in Cornwall. We were in private rent. So we had to do the same when we moved up here. We couldn't get just a transfer. So that took about a month to find a private rent, and we had to borrow money here, there, and everywhere to get money together for the deposit and 2 months' rent in advance and all that kind of thing. And also had to borrow money to get for the cost of actually moving all of our things. That was a feat and a half just to do that, and thankfully my mother was the main person that was able to lend us the money, and we are still paying her back now, 19 years down the line. But that was the arrangement with my mum. That was the decision made by my mum, because she also wanted us to be near her. Because at the time, she was having some health issues of her own and wanted our support, wanted to know that she can see her grandchildren as often as possible, and with the fact that I was close by would mean that it would make it a lot easier for her. So yes, we decided to move up, and that is now well, as I said, my 19-year-old was 11 months old at the time of the move, and we moved in the October, so come this October it will be 18 years since we moved up here. Moved back up here. And yes, it was a move that was definitely the right thing for us, because like I say, with the fact that my youngest was already having seizures, the need to be close and easier access to a hospital became very much apparent during that time. And yes. What, princess? What? Yeah, I can't do it. You're gonna have to wait for hubby to come down. Yeah, don't want you telling my face. Yeah, I know you're hungry. I know you want your food. What? What? Yeah, I can't fuss you at the moment, boss. You can't go that way. No, you can't go that way. I know you want to get on my lap, but you can't go on my lap. You'll have to wait. Go and find your sister. Hmm? Nope. Harvey's just about to come down the stairs. He's probably going into my youngest to go and take him his meds, because he has to have his meds at 8 o'clock in the morning. He's probably going to go and take his meds into him. Make sure he has his meds. And then from there it will be loose ends off there. And then he'll probably come down and go and feed you too. Yeah, the other one is over the other side of the room. She's not one for wanting fusses very often. Princess is the one that wants the puffs. She's the one that wants to be snuggled, but she doesn't want to be picked up. You don't pick her up, she comes to you. If you pick her up, she scratches the hell out of you. But Jinx, the other one, yeah, she just likes to run around like a zoomie all the time, and then she might settle down for a little while, and then it'll be back to chasing her sister around. And then, as I say, Princess just likes to be fussed, but she has to be the person to instigate that fussing. Right, go through, thank you. Right, I am going to finish this little bit, and then I am going to come off because I'm already at 50 minutes for this part and need to obviously get this edited and up on channel as quick as possible. We are now at 8, it is literally 8 o'clock in the morning, so I need to get done and get my stuff started for the day of other things that I need to do, and I will certainly come back to talking about my life and health situation. I won't be doing it in tomorrow's video, because tomorrow's video is resin art, and that involves me having to wear my mask and goggles and everything else, all the protection, and I sound enough like Darth Vader just to breathe with the mask and everything on, that I don't think me talking in that video is going to be a particularly good idea. I've got to try and work out how I can do voiceovers on it so that I can explain things that I'm doing, rather than it just be watching with music in the background. But I'm still learning how to do things, and I'm definitely enjoying doing videos for the channel. So, come on, last final stitch, just the final stitch, and we will take a break from there. Now I've done that first side of the M, so I've got the rest of the M and E to do next week, and I will probably try and do some of the bottom half of that lettering. So I've probably got 3 more weeks left to do to complete this. We will see. Let's put that in through the at the back there, so it's insecure. So, okay everyone, I will stay focus. Thank you. I will say goodbye, and brain does not want to work today. Too early in the morning. I haven't had my drink. I haven't had my tea yet. Let's see what happens after that. Anyway, that being done today, we'll go to thank you for watching. Please remember to like, comment, share and subscribe. Love and kindness to everyone. Bye for now, and I'll see you all soon. There we go.